All right, last war of the season. We're going up against GT40 today, and this is for top 10, and they are fighting for first place. So they got to win for first, and we have to win to land in top 10. So I'm starting out on path 8 here. Originally, I was assigned this sorcerer with Capi W, but I asked if I could take it with AA, and that was cool. However, I made a mistake in this fight. I didn't switch my defense masteries back to attack masteries before I took it, and I only had 2 out of 3 of, I think it's Stupefy or something like that, so my stuns are a lot shorter than they should be, and that's a problem, because she is coming out of the stun before I could even throw my heavy, so there's a chance of her dexing me, and I realized this in the fight, and I was like, I just have to be super quick with my heavy attacks, and it ends up working out, but it was definitely a little bit scary at the start of the fight. Yeah, it's just one of those things that I fucked up because this was a big war for us, and it slipped my mind in the process of planning and all that fun stuff. So next up I have this Penny on Spite and Rise to Power, right back at it, whatever it's called. So I've taken this Penny here before, and it ended up being a long fight. I went back and I watched how I did it last time, and I didn't hit her block at all to remove her sync shield, and I stuck to SP3s. This time though, I'm going to do it a little bit different, and the downtime when she's blocking, I am going to make it a point to hit her block to remove her sync shield so that I can get more hits in, and I can use other specials aside from just my special 3, and it's actually going to go much better, much quicker, and I think it was more efficient all around to do it this way. So I'm going to let this fight play out. Basically, when she gets up, I don't want to let her hit me too much because she'll gain a bunch of power, and I just want to keep parry heavy and make sure that I get her to auto block the during the passive stun, because it won't actually block me, but it will remove some of her spider sense charges. So at one point in this fight, I actually don't do that enough, and I end up getting the power burn on me. That's right here. But from this point on, I'm going to manage those better, and I'm not going to let that happen again. And yeah, it goes much quicker. I think last time it was like a 3-minute fight. This time I think it ends up being about a 2-minute fight or something like that. Maybe like 2:15, somewhere around there. But I'm going to let it play out now. All right, so that actually ended up being just over a minute and a half. Much quicker. So next up here, I have this Spider Ham on Aspect of Evolution Kinetic, and I think this is an R4. Yeah, it is. So I'm going to be taking him with Archangel, and this is a pretty standard Archangel fight. I have white mags on the team, so Archangel's ability accuracy is increased, so he has a lot more chance to proc bleeds and poisons and convert them into toxins. So he's going to go down super fast here, super easy. There's going to be no real issues in this fight. And down he goes, like 30 seconds, not too bad. And then last up here, I have the fight that I was somewhat concerned with. I knew I could do it, I just knew that it wasn't going to be easy, and it was probably going to be long. It's Dr. Doom on Conflictor with Capi W. This is an R4 Doom, and Doom is tanky as it is. But I can't use Special 1 or Special 2 in this fight, and I also can't parry heavy when he has Aura up. So what I wanted to do was push him to Special 2 and block it. But I also wanted to make sure that I didn't give him too many of the prowess puncture charges there, because he will hit hard through block anyway, even with Cap's block proficiency. And with one of those prowess, there's a good chance that he's going to hit a hell of a lot harder. So I try to one hit and then heavy when I actually parry him. That way I'm not repeating anything too often. I don't stick to it for the full fight, but I do it a good amount. I weave it in between, and try to keep him to either 1 or no prowess, and then just stick to my special 3s to avoid putting a debuff on him and giving him power. And this is going to end up being almost a 3-minute fight, I think. It was long, but it was super safe. And I tested the block damage that he would give from a special 2 in the beginning. And based on it, and based on how much damage I was dealing him, I figured that I could win the health battle in that regard, as long as I didn't get hit and I just played super safe. Because originally I thought about trying to dex the first 2 shots of his special 2 and then just blocking the last part with a parry, but that's always risky, especially with the way the game's performing. Your inputs don't always trigger. It's not like it's a constant thing, but it does happen. So rather than leave anything up to chance like that, I'm just going to block everything. And there's even one point in this fight where he launches a special 1 and Cap just doesn't dex, and I take the full special 1. I lose my invuln boost. It wasn't really that big of a deal because I had the invuln boost on, but it's just one of those things where, I mean, it can happen to you at any point in time, and you really just don't know when it's going to happen. So just play it super safe, like you always want to do in war. Don't take any risks unless you absolutely have to. And yeah, like this is it right here. Yeah, I mean, I know I swiped that, it just, nothing happened, but what can you do? That's the name of the game these days. So I'm gonna let this play out, and then I'll show war results and a little bit of a rant. So we ended up losing this one 4-2. GT played a hell of a war. Congratulations to them on War Champion. You guys fucking deserve that shit. And I think we're gonna land in spot 11. So that's the bottom half of Masters, unless any docks happen above us and we happen to move up. But now I want to talk about these loyalty changes. So Kabam has slowly started to try and monetize Alliance War, just like AQ is monetized. They're doing it in a sneaky way, though. So first was Alliance War boost packs, which are great. 6-hour boosts, I love them. I grind Arena so that I can buy those, so that I don't have to boost 2, 3, 4 times a war. It's awesome. It's manageable, though. Next up, they switched the gray boosts from being RNG based and popping up on random days in the loyalty store to a restriction of 3 per week. Now, when they used to pop up randomly, you could buy however many you wanted as long as you had the loyalty. So they did that under the guise of making it more available to us, but in reality, they restricted us in the process. And then they offered them for units after that 3 restriction point was hit for the week. It was sneaky, but that's what they were doing. They weren't trying to help us. They were trying to monetize things. And now they are doing the same thing with loyalty boosts. Loyalty boosts used to be RNG, just like the gray boosts. Now, they're always going to be available. But you're restricted to 1 per week. And you have to spend units. And now, to incentivize you to spend units and spend money, they are offering better resource rewards for loyalty in the loyalty store than first place, than War Champ. It's ridiculous. They are slowly taking all the competitiveness out of Alliance War, because even if you want to compete, you're not really going up against competition if other alliances are just taking it easy and using 40% Alliance War revives, which is what a lot of alliances are probably going to do, because it doesn't make sense to push and spend all the loyalty you would get in a war to win the war, when you could literally just spend like 6 or 7 loyalty per war, collect the 28k for losing, and at the end of the season, whatever, buy better rewards than you would get if you spent a boatload of units, a boatload of time, a boatload of stress, and a boatload of loyalty to achieve. Like, even if you make it to first place, you did so with way more resources than it would take to just half-ass it the whole season. And, I mean, I play this game for the competition. I play it to go up against the best. That's what's fun for me. But they're destroying the game mode. They're absolutely destroying it. And they full well know how many class boosts top tiers use. I mean, a lot of us use 2-3 different sets of them per war. Never mind per week. And now they're offering 200% boost of each class per week. It's impossible. They know you're going to have to spend units. They know it. They're doing it on purpose. Yeah, it's just sad. That's my rant. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching.